Hey everybody, welcome back to Feasting with Friends and Family. Today, my special guest, my friend Brandy. How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Well, welcome to the hot seat.
Well, thanks.
I really appreciate you coming, hanging out with me in the kitchen today.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm good. I'm excited to be here too. Well, I have no choice. I live here. But anyway, what are we doing today?
So today we are going to do some chicken fried steak.
Excellent.
We're going to do some smashed potatoes, and we're going to do some green beans.
Excelente. All right. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw these. I already got water boiling for the potatoes. I want to go ahead and throw them in.
Okay.
Because boiling them whole is going to take a lot longer. So you're looking about half hour.
Okay.
So, and we're using new potatoes today. So this is the first time I've used those this year. I think, yeah, potatoes is probably the one thing I've used so much this year. Mashed potatoes, done potatoes for the migas, so.
Well, it's a southern thing.
It is a southern thing.
We like our potatoes.
Yes, we do. And that's funny, you know, speaking of migas, when I did that show, I remember the first time I had it, it was because of you. So we were in Austin for a poker tournament, and staying out there with you, and I guess it was, what, 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were all like, you know, because we'd had a few drinks, let's go have some food.
A few?
Yeah, a few. And you were like, well, we can go over here and have migas. And I was like, okay, I have no idea what that is. So we're just doing salt and pepper for the steaks.
Okay.
So, now, and you were telling me what it is. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Man, I scarfed that down like no other. But then I started thinking, I wonder if it's because, you know, because when you had a few drinks, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I had it after that, sober.
Uh-huh.
It was just as good. I scarfed it down again. So, yeah, it was good stuff. But we did. We had a good time that weekend. So.
That was a blast. I mean, that was one for the Remember book.
Yes, that's definitely one for the ages. So, all right, I'm going to stick a lid on these potatoes so they can cook a little faster. All right. So, of course, you know, green beans or anything, you can work in some bacon or bacon fat.
Yeah.
We're going to, that's right. All right, cool. That's good enough for now. Because not only, because we can use the grease from that after we get green beans cooked, and of course we can make gravy. So, alright. So what we're going to do for our flour, so we got teaspoon salt, pepper, oregano, thyme, garlic salt, and of course cayenne because I like the heat. So.
Bring on the heat. That's also a southern thing.
Yeah, definitely a southern thing. Now, like, now for the wet, no, there's hot sauce in there too. Basically, it's 2 cups of milk and a couple eggs, and then hot sauce. But the hot sauce is more for flavor than for heat. Okay. All right, cool. We got that mixed up. And for our flour today, because you are my friend and I'm helping you out, we are using gluten-free flour.
Woo!
Just for you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
So, yeah, this house is not, I would say, gluten-free or vegetarian by any means.
Well, I'm not vegetarian, but I gotta do the gluten-free and I appreciate you making that accommodation for me.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. So, we're going to thin these out a little bit. And we'll get them started. Now, one of the things is, for the potatoes, I got the oven heating up at 350. So when we get them, after they get boiled down, we get them smashed, we're going to throw them in the oven. So, after we throw a little...
You put a little, before you throw it in the oven, you put a little bacon and cheese in there, you throw them in there.
We can put them just like wherever you want. Usually, I mean, you can do bacon, parmesan, cheese. You can make sure you put a little butter or oil on them.
Yeah, butter is my friend.
There you go. I got no problem with butter. I got no problem with pork fat. So.
Yeah, me neither.
And just like, you know, everybody in the South, I have my jar of, you know, where bacon grease goes. So.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's kind of how we roll.
All right, so let's get these in. Now, these aren't going to take that long. Okay. So we're going to go dry. And you want to try to pat them down a little bit to get all that in there.
Alright.
Now I did notice, the one thing I did notice about your flour, it's a little different color. Not like that white that I'm used to. But you said it tastes the same, but so I'm all for it. So, alright. Trying to not to get sticky fingers. Alright. Let that drain a little bit. And just like I do everything else, Fry, it's dry, wet, dry.
Alright.
So you make this at home?
No, I don't make, this is why I'm here, because I want to figure out how to make it. So you're my...
I'm your go-to?
You're my go-to.
Okay. Well, basically all this is just cube steak. You can get what they call like tri-tip steak. It's like the corner of a brisket where you got that little cut. You can take that. Restaurant I used to work at years ago, we had chicken fried steak on the menu, but they also have hamburgers. So they had these big, like frozen hamburger patties. I think it was cube steak. I really don't know. That's going to take a couple minutes. So that's what they would use for it.
Nice.
And they would just take it and drop it in the fryer.
Already smells good.
I think that's, I mean, this is one of these Texas staples, chicken fried steak. And there's always debate, you know, who's got the best chicken fried steak? Well, I don't know about who's got the best, but I've been to plenty of places and it's really good. So, there's a place right outside of Dallas. They do chicken fried steak that I don't need a knife. I can just cut it with a fork. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's always better when it's tender.
Yeah. Alright, that's going to take a couple minutes to cook on that side.
When I lived in Victoria, we had this place called Hungry Jack's, and they had the best chicken fried steak and gravy there ever, and I still crave it, but I haven't been back there in like 20 years, so
Yeah, well, and
I haven't compared. So I'm sure it's going to be great.
well, I hope it'll live up to some of those places. But I'll tell you a story. So years ago, me and a friend of mine, we were out driving around, we were trying to find some lunch. And we found this little diner. And I'm like, let's go there. I like Southern food. So we go in there, and on their menu, top of the menu, voted best chicken fried steak in the city. Alright, come on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. So, mashed potatoes, chicken fried steak, fried okra. Can't go wrong. Worst chicken fried steak ever had in my life. I'm like, I can go to a fast food place down here and get better.
Yeah.
And I'm picky about it to begin with. It has to be good.
Yeah.
You know, and my thing is, if I go to a new restaurant that I've never been before and they have chicken fried steak on the menu, I'm going to order it. And if I don't like it, I'm not coming back.
Right.
I mean...
There you go.
Yeah. But, I took one, my fried okra was crispier than my chicken fried steak. And it was still kind of soft. So, I don't know.
That was going to be an option today with fried okra, but it sounds a little bit like y'all already done.
Yeah, we did it, but that's alright. We're going to try to do new stuff every once in a while, so. But, it's one thing, because, you know, since we have been doing a few things with potatoes, I mean, it's a good thing, because you can, there's so many things you can do with them.
You can do it so many different ways.
Exactly.
So, approximately, how long do you fry these up, and how can you tell when they're ready?
Basically, you gotta, I'm trying to keep it on like a medium high. So, when they start kind of like juicing through or bleeding through, whatever you want to call it, they're ready to turn.
Okay.
So, takes like a couple minutes for each side. And you want to only do like a couple at a time, so you don't,
Crowd it up in there.
yeah, you don't want to crowd it up. Plus it drops your heat, so you want to try to maintain your heat level as much as you can. So,
Makes sense.
and then I got the bacon pulled off. It's sitting on a paper towel knocking the grease off, so. And then we're going to do the same thing with that. Alright. So you think you can do this at home now?
I think I can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy once you get the prep work in and all of that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, so.
The only thing that I ever worry about when I'm frying is like, is it going to be nice? Especially like with chicken and stuff,
Yeah.
you know? You really don't, I mean, you got to kind of cut into that. But I think these, since they're so thin,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take that long, I think it'll be pretty easy.
Well, chicken's not really that, it definitely you want to make sure your chicken's done, you know. Now the way, like when I do like I did when it's fried chicken, I have a fryer, and basically I just do legs, and I got the time down,
Yeah.
you know, to science, because I've done it a couple hundred times. So, but for the most part, yeah, you just want to make sure for stuff like that, you know, make sure you get you a thermometer, a little reed thermometer,
Yeah.
and you always want to stick it in like the thickest part of the meat.
Okay.
So, especially like it, you know, like you know when you go buy turkeys, how they have that little pop, that little thing that pops out.
Yeah.
So they have that. You can use that, but even I have that thing, but I'm always gonna throw a thermometer in there. So
Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to do that with the steaks as well? Do you do that with them?
No, these will.
Okay.
yeah, I mean you can with something like this when it's real thin, you know, you can take like a knife or something, just poke it in the middle, and or even you could even spread it with your finger like that. See, almost done. So.
Oh, man. Delicious.
Well, let's hope looks are not deceiving. So, no, you've already signed the waiver. You were going to say good things, so I'm not worried about that. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna finish these. We're gonna take a break, get these finished cooking, and we'll get it set up for the green beans.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, so steaks are all done. We got our potatoes pulled out and smashed. And what I did was take about 2-3 tablespoons of butter, melted it, poured it on the top, and we're gonna put a little garlic salt and a little parmesan on it. And right, and these gonna take about 30 minutes. So, and then I'm gonna take that bacon that we made earlier and crumble it on top of it, and we'll throw it in the oven.
Okay.
So, and then we got water boiling. We're gonna throw the green beans in there here in just a second. I'm gonna get these put in and done. In fact, you know what? We go ahead and just throw them in because they're gonna take a few minutes.
Now, I never would have thought like putting Parmesan on those, but I love Parmesan. I think those are going to be awesome.
I like Parmesan. It's good. I think, I mean, because you have garlic Parmesan wings,
Yeah.
so they definitely go together. So, now if you wanted to, I mean, if you don't, you could probably put fake and bacon on here, you know, the little fake stuff, but I wouldn't do it. I look at it this way, if you're gonna do it right, go all out.
That's true.
So, and you could put like even regular, like cheddar or something on here if you wanted. Any kind of cheese you would put on your regular baked potato. So, all right, cool.
We're saving the rest for the green beans.
Well, we got the bacon grease, so.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be able to infuse in together. So,
All right.
and then we'll let this is heating up a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and start at least get our gravy
All right.
done. So, how good are you making gravy?
You know, I'm not bad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, people are scared of making gravy. I don't know why. Now, I mean, I've seen recipes where they'll say, you know, start with this. I wing it.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much what was left over from doing the chicken fried steak.
Okay.
So, get that heat up a little bit more.
My grandmother was,
oh, my grandma could whip out gravy like,
so good.
I think everybody's grandmother could.
Yeah.
I know mine could. And my mom too. My sister is good at it too. They make amazing
And doing
gravy.
it in the cast iron skillet with all the seasonings and stuff already in there and the bacon grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta infuse it a little bit. So, alright. So we're gonna start with a quarter cup of flour.
Alright.
And we're using your gluten-free flour.
Making accommodations.
So first time I've done this on 2 fronts.
Okay.
For gravy and for frying it. So they call this a roux. So,
Brew it up.
yeah. So I don't know about you, but I like pepper gravy. I like a lot of pepper.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Good deal. Basically, you just want to cook it down. You get the flour, like the floury paste, or what would be floury paste. You want to cook the flour out of it. So.
Get all the nuts out.
Yeah. And I got 2 cups of milk. I think that's going to be enough. I may have to end up put a little bit more flour in this, but I think we'll be okay. All right. So I'm not going to put it all in. I'm going to put about half. Get that going. Because this is going to thicken up, and then when you turn up the heat, it's going to thicken up a lot more. So you're just going to keep mixing. I'm going to put all that in there.
The thing about the gravy is you gotta stir a lot, right?
Yeah, definitely. You get your workout. So, and then once you get it pretty much incorporated, then that's when you want to start turning up the heat, because that's where you start getting into thicken.
Okay.
So.
Does it have to boil?
No, you don't want to boil it. So.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna crank it up a little bit. So we're up to number 6 for those at home. We're like a medium high, so. Yeah, that's starting to get there. Another thing is, you can let it, when you almost get it there, you can start letting it sit like now. And it'll start thickening up once that heat starts building up.
Okay.
So.
Oh man, that's gonna be so good.
Yeah, see, that's starting to get thick already. And then pretty much when you get to, the way I do it, when you get about ready to the thickness you want, turn the heat off.
Okay.
So that's almost to where I want it, where it's not too, I don't like runny gravy.
Right, me neither.
I like it thick.
Who likes runny gravy? Yeah, I like
Yeah. Only turkey gravy. That's the only kind of runny gravy I like. So. All right.
Oh, that looks perfect.
There we go. All right. So I'm gonna get a bowl, get some ice in it, so we get these green beans taken care of. Turn the heat off on that. All right. So let me get that set up. We'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and added a little bit more milk to that to thin it out just a little bit. So the green beans are done, so we want to strain them out.
Why are we putting it over the ice? What?
So basically it's blanching, so it stops it, because right now they're still cooking.
Okay.
So throw it in the ice water, it stops them from cooking automatically. So
Makes sense.
you see how you got that, that's where that bright green color is, and they're not like too soft, they still got a little bend in them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let them sit like that for a minute, and then we'll get them out And then we're gonna throw them in and let them cook in this, in the bacon grease. So
Never seen it done this way before.
So for the most part, they're done. I mean, you can take them out and eat them just like they are, but you want to infuse the bacon fat into them. Make it, you know, try to make it healthy. So, as much as you can. All right. So. All right. And let's get these ice out of here. The ice and grease do not mix at all.
Oh yeah.
So that's
More grease popping.
yeah. And the other thing is, like, if you ever have a grease fire, don't throw water on it.
Yeah, flour, right?
Flour. You want to throw, if you have flour, bacon, so you know, something like that you can throw in there. All right, cool. So these are done. Oops, one more hiding in there. All right. So we gotta be careful because there's gonna be a little water in here. I love that sound.
Yeah.
This is my way of doing it instead of putting bacon, like, you know, in it. You can have people where they put bacon and onions and stuff in there. And that's fine, you can put onions in there, but I like doing it this way because it still cooks them a little bit. And you infuse bacon all into it, not just, you're not getting little bites here and there, you know?
That makes sense. That looks good too. My mouth is watering.
Yeah, mine too. So. And so we got probably about 10 more minutes or so on the smashed potatoes.
Okay.
So like I said, they'll cook about 20, 30 minutes. So at that point, we're gonna, when them get done, we're gonna put it all together. We're gonna plate up. There's gonna be time to eat.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we'll be back to eat.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. So we are at our finished product. We have our chicken fried steak, our gravies, green beans, smashed potatoes, and our drink. So dig in, girl. I want to see. I want you to try this. And while she's cutting, make sure you go out there and like and subscribe to the channel.
And share.
And share, yes, and share. Let everybody know.
All right, here we go.
All right. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
It is delish. Yes.
All right, and also remember, if you want to be in the hot seat, send me a message. We'll figure out a menu for you, and we'll have you on the show. So from my kitchen ears, I hope you'll have a good night. This has been Feasting with Friends and Family. Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
Night.
Night.